What's up, icons? It's the iconic fashion figure back with a new video. And I don't know if you guys have seen this TikTok yet, but I'm going to show it because there's a girl on TikTok showing you guys how to go find like your competitors or these big brands that a lot of you love to watch what they do, shop with them, follow them. She's showing you guys how to find their suppliers.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
So let me show you her TikTok really quick.
Guys, I just found the most amazing website. If you are an online boutique or an online store or even a brick and mortar boutique, this is going to blow your mind. Have you ever wondered where some of your competitors are getting their products from? I'm going to show you how you can find out. You're going to go to ImportYeti.com. So let's say you're a fashion online boutique and you want to know where Fashion Nova gets their products from. You're going to type that in and choose the correct company. And here you go. These are all of Fashion Nova's suppliers and all the things that they buy from said suppliers. I mean, this is crazy, guys. You can find out who their top 10 vendors are and even their last shipments. If you are an online store owner or even a brick and mortar owner, this is gold.
So if you guys haven't seen that yet, she's basically showing you guys the ImportYeti website where you can type in a brand that you're familiar with and see where all their shipments are coming in when they're being imported. So for those of you that have never imported before, so when you import, there are commercial invoices that are required. So that way custom knows, what's in the shipment, where it's coming from, the quantities, the cost, who is shipping it for you. So all that information, basically this website is finding out people's customs invoices and they're giving you this information online. You may find some factories on here, some suppliers that you can use for your benefit. So like in her TikTok, she's showing you guys Fashion Nova. So some of these that I clicked through, that I'll show you guys what I had clicked through. When you click through them, you can find some information on a couple of these suppliers that are on here. I will say on this website, it must not be the most up-to-date because it shows the last Fashion Nova import was in October of last year, so a year ago. And we know Fashion Nova has had new products since October of last year, so it's obviously not up to date. So it's not guaranteed that this information is accurate. They could have used these suppliers at one point in time and then have stopped using them since then. The other thing I will say, which I'm gonna show you a slip in a moment, I should grab it before I started recording. When you do imports, because I import all of my products, sometimes those names that they list as the factory or the supplier is not the actual factory. So like when I do my imports, because I create my own labels, I put a business name on there that I use. So if you were to find any of my commercial invoices and you try to find up who's supplying my stuff, it's gonna route you right back to me because the actual factory is not the one creating my labels. So a lot of that information could be incorrect. Let me show you one of my shipping labels because it'll show you on the label a company that is supposed to be my factory that's not my factory. So just so I can show you guys from like a factory standpoint, the shipping label I'm getting ready to show you is actually one of the labels from when the factory used to create my labels for me. So this would have been one of their company names. But again, they never import my stuff with their actual factory name on there. Instead, they use a third party. So like if you can see this label, hopefully it focuses in. It has their information on there. The business name on this label is about electronics. You guys know I sell clothing. I don't do anything with electronics, but that is the third party name that they use so that the factory name isn't on my label. So which means it also will not be on my commercial invoice. It'll be this electronics company name that will show up on my invoice. So sometimes those factory names that you're seeing on this website are not the actual factory. So this website can send you in circles trying to find the factory to contact them. The other thing is, even if you do find the actual factory they're working with, a lot of them on there do not have contact information. They have a link on there where you can click search on Google, search on LinkedIn, that type of stuff, but you'll do that search and you'll get no results. So it's like you're wasting your time doing it. I won't say the entire website's a fraud and you won't find anything. What I'm saying to you is it's going to take time, because some of them you won't find any contact information at all. You may find one that has a phone number, but then you can't call it because it's a phone number in China, or you might get someone that does not speak English. There's like so many loopholes to this, so you're going to be doing a lot of research trying to track down someone else's factory. But there are a few on there, like one of them I'll show you now on there. It actually took me directly to that supplier, one of their shoe suppliers. So that's like one that you could try and see if you can get in contact with them. The other thing with it, if you do find the contact information and you do try to contact them, their minimums are most likely going to be high, because we're talking about these big brands that have huge warehouses that are selling a lot of pieces. So their minimums are most likely going to be higher than what you want to produce on a style, especially as a beginner. But definitely, if you can find contact information, you can find the factory, reach out to them, try to get some type of lookbook, line sheet, some information on what they can do, what they can't do. Ask those questions about minimums, pricing, all that stuff. You can find it, get in contact with them. But there is an easier way to do all of this. I know most of you just want to go with the factory from a brand that you know, let's say like Fashion Nova. You're trying to find where they're getting their stuff from so you can go buy the same thing. But it will be so much easier on you and a lot less of a headache if you just find your own factory, send your own designs, or even if you want them to replicate something and make a few tweaks to it so it's your own design. Finding your own factory, promise you, will be a lot easier. And this video is not sponsored at all, but manufacturer.com has a ton of different suppliers, and they're in different countries too. It's not just China. It's so easy to find factories on there that can produce your products for you. The website is free too, so you might as well sign up for it and go on there. So I'm going to show you guys their website really quick, because there's a lot of information on here. They have all different type of categories. So there's shoes, there's drop shippers on there for those of you that want to drop ship. There's handbags, jewelry, and then as far as clothing, you have men's, kids, women's. There's jewelry on there. Did I say that? There's shoes on there. Basically, there's everything on this website. You'll be able to find a supplier for it. Now, when you go onto the website and you're clicking on a supplier, or if you click on a category, which there's numerous categories on there as well, the like search filters are endless. But when you click on a category, I'm just gonna go to women's to show you guys something. You can scroll through a bunch of different suppliers. I'm going to click on one for video sake, so that way you guys can just see what it is I'm talking about. But when you click on one of the suppliers, this one specifically takes you directly to their website. So now you can see their work, you can see what they're about, you can see all their contact information. Everything is right there for you. It makes it so much easier. One click and you have all the information you need. You're not doing all this Google searching, clicking all these links, going to LinkedIn, trying to see if there's a way you can call this phone number, seeing if you can find an email to write an email. It's a lot less work on you. And when you're opening up a business or getting started with a business, time really is money. You don't want to spend as much time doing that because you need to focus on other things. So manufacturer.com, if you want to find your suppliers from home, is a good way to do it. Now, if you create an account on manufacturer.com, you can also communicate with these factories, the suppliers, right on their website, and it'll make it a lot easier for you too. And once you have an account on there, a lot of them will tend to contact you as well. They'll go look for buyers and you'll start getting emails from them also. The reason I know about manufacturer.com is because of one of the trade shows I used to go to. I did a video on them, like a complete video just on them, about the ATS trade show where, you know, I went to when I first got started finding my manufacturers. I never knew how they were sourcing their suppliers and all their vendors that they would have at the trade show until they started doing virtual because of the pandemic. That's when I started noticing every time I clicked on one of the manufacturers from their virtual trade show, it would take me to manufacturer.com. So that made me a lot more confident in manufacturer.com, just because I've been to their trade show. I've talked to some of these suppliers, so I know they're legit. I've had some send me samples. Like, I know their work. I've done work with some of them, so I know for the most part these are legit. So it's not like I'm going on Alibaba and I'm not sure what I'm about to get. Which, keep in mind, some of these on manufacturer.com are also on Alibaba, so I don't want to discredit Alibaba as if it's all just bad, but I prefer to go to manufacturer.com. The other Another website that you can use is for Magic, their sourcing show. And when you sign up for that, they also have their own website similar to manufacturer.com. So the factories that they have showcasing at their shows are also on their website, and you can communicate with them through there as well. So a lot of these trade shows now, especially since the pandemic, have online access where you can communicate with the suppliers. You don't even have to show up to the trade shows, and you can get all the information you need and start doing the work that you need to do. I think that is all the information I wanted to share with you guys. If I have anything else, I'll leave it down in the comments. Any questions or comments you have, leave it down in the comments. But until next week, thank you guys for watching.